Yes, let me do it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
Let that music play there because somebody said that in the chat the other day. They said this show reminds me of WWF No Mercy. You know why it reminds you of WWF No Mercy? Because that was the greatest wrestling game of all time. And this is the greatest wrestling podcast of all time. The single best show in professional wrestling every single week moving forward from this moment on, because it's Savage, it's Storms, and it's about to go down any minute. Jay might decide to show up. What's up, DJ Storms? How was your week? How you doing?
How you doing, sir? If y'all haven't realized it by now, we are on the motherfucking air. He is the incomparable Greek Savage. I am DJ motherfucking Storms, and I would like to welcome each and every single one of you to the Savage Storm Wrestling Super Show, episode number 2. As we are streaming live across the IWC, across multiple different platforms. My week was pretty damn good. It was hot, but I'll tell you this, I prefer the hot to the cold. Work's kind of been a little slow. It's a little slow in the summer months, but we got a lot of good wrestling material to discuss, and I'm excited because we are building a fucking dynasty here, brother.
Absolutely, and it's funny you said that. I told some dude earlier, I'm like, hey, man, it's hot today, but I'd rather be hot than shoveling snow, so I'll take it. I don't mind it. What's going on, James? What's going on, Jay? What's going on, Colton? What's going on, Mick Thomason? How you doing? Let me introduce DJ Storms to Mick Thomason just in case you don't know who he is.
Wrestling with Savage. Go Savage. Wrestling with Savage.
Now, that's one of my day ones right there, Storms. One of my day ones. So I got to give him a little appreciation. We're going to continue to grow members for the posse, for the Savage Kingdom. We're going to continue to grow. But tonight is a lot to talk about. We have to talk about, obviously, the WWE. We have to talk about AEW. TNA right now. A lot of things happening. I'm hearing Matt Hardy might be on NXT any minute now. And I'm seeing him right now in a video vignette on TNA. They're obviously hyping up Mr. Hardy's match coming up against Moose for the TNA World Championship. And we are going to be watching Impact Live. Here's some shots of the upcoming matches we're going to be watching tonight. Ash by Elegance. And let's go right into her first, Storms. I guess we should go right into Battleground. We should go right into NXT. Ash by Elegance had a big imprint on that pay-per-view. The crossover from TNA is definitely there. We're seeing a multitude of superstars going to be coming over. What did you think about Battleground? What did you think about Jordynne Grace losing to Roxanne Perez?
Now, the overall show, I'm going to be quite honest with you, it was a disappointment. It was probably the weakest NXT Premium Live event that we've had in a while, and it all revolves around the fact that the majority of these matches, they didn't get enough time. The latter match, it didn't feel special whatsoever. It felt very, very rushed. Now, I will say this. I was not predicting Kalani Jordan to win. I would have gone with Sol Ruka, but I do think that this title reign will indeed give Kalani Jordan a chance to build her stock, but the match, nothing special. The OC losing to Nathan Fraser and Axiom, again, pretty much a waste of time. I don't understand why you brought the OC down there in order to have them lose. Now, Jordynne Grace and Roxanne Perez, that was probably the best match on the entire show. Those two women are excellent at what they do. And I didn't mind Jordynne Grace losing. I didn't have Jordynne Grace winning at all because Roxanne Perez, she won the title back in April. Right now, what their priority is to make sure Roxanne Perez has a fruitful championship title reign, and that's exactly what they're doing. I could have done without the interference because the Tatum Paxley and Ash by Elegance shit, it was absolutely unnecessary, but it was still a great women's match, and it definitely helped both women in the long run, I will say that. NXT Underground, completely fucking irrelevant. We need to get UFC material out of all types of pro wrestling shows. Shit was fucking boring. And it was very disrespectful to Shayna Baszler. Shayna is worth so much more than that shit. Shayna should be in the same position that Rhea Ripley is in right now, but she's not because of absolute shit booking. Now, the second best match on the show, and probably the second match that I would encourage everyone to go back and watch, triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. Again, I got to give my props to Obafemi. I was very hard when he first won the NXT title, specifically because of the fact that he wasn't ready. He was very green. But when he won that title, he made it his mission to get better in the quickest amount of time, and he did just that. Matter of fact, he's probably one of the best acts on NXT, period. So I got to give my props to Obafemi. Same thing with Joe Coffey and Wesley. Great triple threat match. Main event, that was an NXT TV match on a pay-per-view, and Ethan Page losing, not a good start to his WWE run. Should not have been in that match if he wasn't going to win. But we got Jay in here. How you doing, Jay?
Fucking great. I'm feeling great. I'm looking great. Too bad I'm not in my penthouse, but I'm in the streets right now in the brick city of Jersey. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. I'm ready to hear what you guys say.
Shout out to Jake the Aerial Assassin. Obviously,
Austin, I'm here, buddy. I'm here.
Has a lot to say about Battlegrounds. Listen, overall, I thought it was an okay show. The main event should have been Jordynne Grace versus Roxanne Perez. They stole the show, to be honest with you. Out of everything I saw that night, that was by far the best match of the night. I know Jay agrees because his favorite wrestler of all time, Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, I don't hear you. I don't hear you talking shit now, right?
I wasn't talking shit about her. I praised her.
Chant now, Savage. Go ahead. Yeah.
He's talking to me. I already gave Jordynne Grace her flowers. I gave Roxanne Perez her flowers. Listen, great match. She showed me a side of her that I didn't think she had in her, DJ. I saw something different in her in that match. Roxanne Perez proved without a shadow of a doubt that she could look good against a superstar, in my opinion, who I thought was above and beyond Roxanne Perez at the time. Not anymore. Now Roxanne Perez showing why the NXT female roster may just be the best in the business today.
I will say one thing, though. This is one critique I will say about Roxanne, and it's probably not that big of a deal, but I need to point this out. Roxanne is not a good heel. You know why? It's because she doesn't have the heel look. When I look at Roxanne, I see the girl next door that I want to put a fucking ring on. She does not resonate as a heel. She is a babyface. That's the only critique about it. Otherwise, it was a great performance by both women.
We could say the same thing to Braun Breaker when he turned heel. It's the same thing with Roxanne. But I will say this. Storms, I'm sorry to cut you off. I'll let you go. I will say this, though. Don't they have high praises for high top NXT stars, and they test both of them? Look what they did at Braun. They had to see if he could go face or heel. Same thing with Cora Jade. Same thing with Roxanne Perez. So I think she's doing a good job. A lot of people may not like it like you. I agree. She's hotter as a face. Mm-hmm. She's probably the bigger than Bayley that we ever seen, which I never thought I would. But, it's good. And this match was really great.
To answer your question, Mick loves wrestling. Favorite superstar currently, Maxwell Jacob Friedman or Will Ospreay. Favorite superstar of all time, The Undertaker.
Awesome. Right now we're watching TNA Impact. Mike Santana taking on
Santana looks great.
Santana with a beautiful cutter there. We'll keep you updated with action, let you know what's going on. Jay, obviously, you can chime in if you're watching it. But we'll get back to Battleground here. Still a lot to talk about because Ethan Page, I just want to get to him for a second. Obviously, that was the main event. And it was just sad to see a main event not be able to live up to the hype because the match that just happened was better than yours. It was superior to yours. So I feel like these guys got outshined by the women's division. and they let all the men down worldwide, man.
You know what the problem was? The problem is that they're not giving these matches enough time. Do you know?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that one.
I did the research. There was not one match on this show that went over 15 minutes. That's a fucking problem. If you're
there was a lot of matches.
Live event, if you're going to put matches on a premium live event, 15 minutes minimum, 30 minutes is the maximum. It is unbelievably disrespectful that you're not even giving Trick Williams and Ethan Page the opportunity to put on a main event worthy match. And then on top of that, Ethan Page looks like a loser. You know, if you're a real wrestling fan like me, you know how good Ethan Page is. But if you're someone new who hasn't seen Ethan Page before, and there are some people that have, your first impression is that he's a loser.
Oh, they tried to save him a little bit with all the business that was going on with Metaphor and all this. But yeah, at the end of the day, his first impression is going to be loser because he lost to the champion. But at least he lost to the champion, who, by the way, just got the rub from Cody Rhodes. So Ethan Page ain't that far off. Listen, Ethan Page ain't that far off.
Superior to Trick Williams, plain and simple.
I'm not even going to argue that, but I'm saying his time in NXT within the next 6 months, I can see him contending for the World Championship again, and if not even maybe already the World Champion. It's going to be between him, those guys that we saw with Cody Rhodes on NXT. They were all together. It was like 4 of them. Alexis King. It was who else was there? Come on, guys. Ethan Page.
Shawn Spears. But how many of them are relevant? Only Cody.
Well, maybe, but the point is, one of those guys is your future AEW World Champion. I feel like they planted that seed right there.
I think we need to take the belt off quick because let's say Storms, we give them more time in the main event. Are we really going to have a main event quality match?
Who are you talking about? You're talking about Trick Williams?
Talking about Trick and Ethan Page.
Well, to be quite honest with you, we could potentially get that because how are you going to know how far Trick can go if you don't give him the opportunity to showcase what he can do in a long-term match? That's how you get better.
But we have given.
No, we haven't. Like, he has not competed
his match against Carmelo Hayes had to be.
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes in that match, listen, that guy was on ESPN. They made a whole video about it. It was a big deal. He had chances. It's just I feel like he can't pull PLE main event matches. This is the difference between main event and PLE main event. I just don't think if you put him in a match with Page for 15, 20 minutes, I don't think Page, even though how great he is, can carry Melo that long just because of limited what he can do.
But he was doing good. Here's the thing. The match with Page and Trick Williams, from that point on, like for the 12 minutes that it went, they were doing just fine. There was no fuck-ups. There was no botches. There was no slip-ups. And then it just ended like that. The match with Carmelo at Stand and Deliver, that went way too short. That should have gone 20 minutes at most. I don't think it even went 15. See, that's the problem. The problem is that you're not giving these guys enough time to showcase what they can really do. There are very few individuals that can make the most out of a 15-minute timestamp. Trick Williams and Ethan Page are not 2 of them. You want to look at a guy like Ospreay or a guy like Roderick Strong or a guy like Omega, those guys, they can make do with 15 minutes or less. Other guys, you got to give them some time to really showcase what they possess, because if you don't, then they're not going to resonate well, because at the end of the day, pro wrestling, the bell-to-bell action is such an important aspect, and I don't think WWE is really pushing it like they should.
Well, the reps are important, man. The more reps you get, the more TV time you get, the more work that you get, the more experience that you get, the better you become. But let's be honest, for certain wrestlers, and I'm not going to drop any names, it's like dragging a horse to drink water. You know what I mean? Some of them are going to get better, and some of them are not. And that's why we see people get released every single year, because some people just don't cut it.
You got to play to their strengths, and I don't think they're playing to Trick Williams' strengths.
Well, you know what? The problem is this, and I believe Shawn Michaels even said it. In this business right now, character trumps talent.
Nope, not anymore.
Not anymore. And not in the world.
That's 90s mentality.
Storms, listen, Storms. Listen. You can sit there and say whatever you want, but someone that's been watching wrestling longer than you, I'm telling you for a fact, whether it's 80s, 90s, 2024, whatever, just like the circus, they still do the same acts from 1920. A magician still does the same trick from 500 years ago. And it's not about how old the trick is. It's about how well you pull it off. WWE, whether you want to admit it or not, is exactly like a circus, a carnival. It's an attraction. It's a show. It's sports and entertainment. That's sports entertainment, man.
I'm going to throw this out to you once again. WWE is not successful with how many tickets they're selling because of the content they're putting out. Because 90% of the content that WWE has put out has been dog shit.
Yeah, Storms, we know that. We're way past that. It has nothing to do. Listen, man, they wouldn't
stop marketing.
It's not just about marketing. It's about the
it
power
is.
of
all about marketing.
No, it's the power of
Triple H
the brand.
and Nick Khan have their best marketing tactics ever.
Storms, listen to me for a moment before you lose your mind. The WWE, like any other major corporation, the McDonald's, the Nikes of the world, and everybody else, they're into one thing and one thing over: control, manipulation, mind control, brainwashing. These people that buy these tickets and the merchandise, the marks, the zombies, they love this shit inside of their heart. It's over. It doesn't matter how fucking big AEW gets. They will never turn their back.
This isn't about AEW, though. This isn't about AEW, though.
It is.
I never mentioned them. I never mentioned AEW.
I didn't say you did. I'm just trying to show you how committed some of these fans are. That it doesn't matter if it's dog shit, great shit, bad shit, good shit. They don't care because they love the WWE.
And that's a problem. That's a problem. That's called being a cult.
Yes, but it is a fucking cult. Not everybody's a smart mark. Not everybody cares.
Not everyone has a brain, and that's a problem.
It is a problem, but it's a problem that we also can't solve. All we can do is adapt and move on and pray that we...
We're not going to fucking adapt and move on when you got dog shit products like NXT, okay?
NXT's not a dog shit product.
Yes,
that's
it
a
is.
bullshit.
Yes,
No.
It is the worst show in the industry right now.
NXT just had the best show of the week, like 20% of the year.
I could agree with you, but then we both be wrong.
No.
Yeah.
NXT puts on bangers. The show they just had with Ethan Page and Jordan Grace, I know Jay will tell you, that was the best NXT show of the year. That was the best wrestling show of the week.
It was a shocker.
No, it was shocker, yeah. But outside of those two things, the rest of the show was fucking meaningless.
And then the week after, they had your girl Jordan Grace.
All right, Steven Chambers had a question, and I'm going to go to Jay first. Jay, how many TNA wrestlers are we going to see on that Battle Royal next week? And who do you think's going to pop out? And then Storms after Jay, if you want to chime in on who you think we're going to...
Let Jay take this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 2 to 3. If I had to take my guess, Ali, Nick, and Joe Hendrick. I hope I said the last name.
Joe Hendry.
I had Joe Hendry too.
Anybody else, Storms, you want to see?
Personally, I'd love to see Mike Santana. I think Mike Santana has a lot of upside to him. And man, if I was to ever start a professional wrestling company, I would definitely love to, get Mike Santana in there because, whether you want to admit it or not, the guy's a very versatile individual. It doesn't matter where you put him. The guy's going to go in there. He's going to make the most out of it.
No, he's someone that should have been an AEW Tag Team Champion. I thought they, in the beginning with Inner Circle, that was their chance. I don't know why they never pulled the trigger. I would love to see him on NXT. I would also love to see someone like Casey Navarro on NXT. Get my boy on NXT who signed with TNA right now. Get him an opportunity to go to NXT and show them what he can do. I'd love to see that. So that's what I'm going to say. I'll put it out there in the universe. Maybe God will grant me my wish. Meanwhile, your boy that you want to see next week, he just won his match on TNA Impact. We still have a few more matches coming up. Tasha Steelz, who I know personally, fantastic.
My girl, Tasha Steelz.
Fantastic female wrestler. And she's getting her moment. Her opportunities are coming to her. Danny Luna might have a problem tonight. And I'm looking forward to this. We're going to see Matt Hardy, and the system is going to invade, or maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll just visit. Maybe they'll be friendly, but I don't think so. They're going to invade the Hardy compound later tonight. We'll keep you posted on everything. NXT, the show. I guess we can go right to that. What'd you think of this week's show, Storms?
This week's NXT, I did not watch this week's NXT because I went live to discuss NXT Battleground, and I ranted and raved on that. NXT, like I usually say, it is the weakest show of the entire week, and little to no people care about it. So I really didn't care for NXT this week. They got some. Listen, they got some good talent down there. I'm not going to say they don't because
this guy hates NXT.
The roster, listen, the roster is great. The problem is the creative direction and the fact that they do not put pro wrestling first and they do not build up angles as they should.
Very interesting comments considering that the NXT roster is pretty much main eventing Raw and SmackDown every fucking week now. But you know what? I guess NXT's dog shit. What do they know? What do they know?
We're not talking about NXT Black and Gold, okay?
Broadbreaker, sucker, Ela Dragunov, bro. Carmelo Hayes fighting.
That's NXT Black and Gold.
This is
right
no.
Dragunov
It's
NXT Black and Gold. Carmelo is one of the only good things to come out of 2.0.
Jay knows what I'm talking about. Jay knows NXT's wrong.
Carmelo Hayes is a loser. Look at how they're booking him. He's a loser.
I'm not going to argue you in that one, but NXT's not dog shit, my friend. Most of the times, it's better than Raw. Sometimes it's better than AEW. It's a decent show, considering it's a fucking performance center show. These are students that are playing on TV every fucking week. Are you out of your fucking mind? They're getting paid millions of fucking dollars like the guys on Wednesdays or Mondays or Fridays. They're getting paid $500 a week. They're lucky. And they're going out there and getting fucking ratings. Pretty sure they beat AEW.
Ratings don't matter. Ratings don't matter.
Ratings don't matter.
Cable TV is dying, dude. Everything's going to be on a streaming service. Everything.
Storms, I know you love
electricity. But yeah.
Storms,
by 2050, everything will be on a streaming.
The way that you are on this show right now, the only way you go live on your show is because you can pay the bills. Because you have lights and electricity and internet. And whether we like it or not, ratings. The bills.
No, they don't. No, they don't. You know what pays the bills? Sponsorship money. That's what pays the bills.
Yes, but commercial advertisement time based per ratings, the revenue goes up. The higher your ratings, the more you can charge.
Why do you think Raw's moving to Netflix? Because cable TV's dying.
Oh, 100%.
Slamovich coming out here.
But there's still going to be ratings on Netflix because there's
one
going to be
half of the
multiple
knockout tag team champions.
Service. We're talking about cable TV.
There's always going to be a track of like humans that are consuming product, no matter what platform it's on. We know that. Come on.
Yes, I know that.
Now, since you didn't watch NXT, I'll quickly update you on what happened. And if you have any thoughts or comments, please. Mi Chin defeated Jada Parker. Okay. We have this shit show 3-on-3 match that I didn't like. There was a lot of action, but it's just one of those matches that didn't make sense. Gallus defeated Wesley, Tyler Bate, and Pete Dunne. Wendy Chu came back. She defeated Brinley Reese, but she came back with a dark, demonic gimmick. I actually enjoyed how methodical she approached it. She didn't mess up on at least what I thought she was trying to accomplish. Did she accomplish it? That's a different story. Cody Rhodes, Trick Williams. They literally brand Cody Rhodes to NXT just to put the rub on Trick Williams. Now, this match right here, third match, I was excited for it. I'm a Dante Chen guy. I like everything he's doing.
Still want his paper tested.
Singapore cane match. Jay hated it. So, Jay, why don't I let you take this one?
I want his papers tested for forgery for having the green card. I don't know if it's true. Savage, need you to look it up, please.
He cares about people's immigration status, Storms.
He shouldn't be on TV. You shouldn't. Look, he shouldn't be on TV. They shouldn't have a bunch of candlesticks in a match for fucking 10 minutes looking like a bunch of idiots running around in fucking wood and getting blisters all over your fucking back. And you call yourself professional fucking wrestlers? Fuck out.
It's a Singapore cane on a pole match or whatever the fuck they call
it.
There was no fucking pole.
Just a Singapore cane match.
It came out with fucking shit.
Either way, that's what they do.
Storms, this was a good match. It was a good match, and he didn't like it, but you know
anything with Weapon Savage.
Who won?
Anything with Weapon Savage things.
Lexus King is the winner.
Yeah, finally they gave him a fucking win. Holy fuck!
And then we
These
got
girls are having a banger here. Marty Bell, Slamovich having it one-on-one right here.
Well, since I know Storms didn't watch, Cody Rhodes gifted JC Jane his original mask. Remember that mask?
The man in the Iron Man. I don't even know if that's JC Jane. That's probably the man in the back. That's probably Leo.
He gifted it to JC Jane.
I think DiCaprio.
Storms, you don't think that's a big deal on TV?
No,
Cody
because
Rhodes
it's not original.
Gifted?
It's not original.
Why is it not original?
because they're not even trying to give these individuals new characters and new angles. They're just rehashing a bunch of shit from the past. Like Tatum Paxley, that is nothing more than great value Mickey James shit right there. I mean, come on.
Well, right here, Storms, what we're looking at, and I called it to Jay. I told him the girl that's going to beat Roxanne Perez is standing in the ring right now, and her name is Lola Vice. I think she's your next NXT Women's Champion. Eddie Thorpe comes back. All right, he defeats Tavion Heights.
I don't know.
Sean Spears defeated Javon Evans. All right, Javon Evans, very talented wrestler. Sean Spears, obviously more experienced, picks up the big win on NXT. He looked good. The match looked good. I had fun with NXT. That match and the Singapore K match, Storms, those are the ones that are worth going back and watching if you're ever going to.
Well, I'll tell you this. Based on the results that you just read me, I am very ecstatic that I did not watch.
I knew you were going to say that. That's okay. This week, you're not wrong. This week was not anything to, go nuts about.
Missed.
I have to watch it. Come on.
Slamovich kick to the face.
No, that's right. We're watching
TNA. Clothesline right there on Bell, going for the cover.
Do I have this match? Did they make a graphic? Yes, they did. Slamovich taking on.
Has a bright future. Are you fucking kidding me? We don't even know his nationality. We didn't know his gimmick. He comes out with headphones when he first started. Then he comes out thinking he's Native American. I thought he was a DJ. I thought he was white. I thought he was half black and half Puerto Rican. Shit. And you think he has a bright fucking future?
Shout out to El Caption. Shout out to Steven Chambers and everybody else in the chat.
Yeah,
Thomaston, I agree with him. Subscribe to me. Go to my channel. At the bottom of my channel, there's a DJ Storm's little circle because I have him at the bottom of my channel. He probably doesn't even know that because he's too narcissistic to even go look at my page.
I look at your page.
I'm at the bottom of your page, so I know that much. But at the bottom of my page, okay, you can go find DJ Storms and follow him, subscribe to him, and do that because he goes live on different nights of the week. He does different projects. He's always doing something. So if you like what DJ Storms has to say, definitely go follow him and do that now.
I'll be doing something on Saturday, actually. I'll be doing something on Saturday. It's going to be Lightning Flash watch along for Clash at the Castle.
I'm watching Clash at the Castle at the pool. That's what I'm doing.
All right.
And only the main event, probably. Let's see. Storms really likes Obafemi.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys both you're going to get along just fine. He loves him.
He has improved greatly. I was very, very hard on him to start, but like I've always said, I always admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong about Obafemi. He took that championship and he made it something. He's putting on some great matches right now. One of the best things about the brand.
All right, Jay, put your Instagram in the chat if you want. Mick Thomason's having a problem finding it. We might as well do this then.
Yes.
This weekend, Clash at the Castle's coming up. We have a big championship match. Damian Priest is taking on Drew McIntyre. I'll just say my prediction right now. There's no way in hell Damian Priest loses this match. And I think Punk maybe interferes. Storms, what's going to happen on Saturday?
Punk is absolutely interfering. They set this up perfectly with Drew McIntyre beating Finn Balor, so the Judgment Day is banned from ringside. And again, I want Drew McIntyre to be a world champion just as much as the next guy, but as soon as Gunther won the King of the Ring tournament, he was already set in stone to walk out of SummerSlam as world champion. And the story right now is not Drew winning the title. The story now is Drew versus Punk. And the three-headed beast that we could be getting at SummerSlam, it's going to be Cody and Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship. Then we're going to get Priest and Gunther. And then it's going to be Punk and Drew right underneath those two world title matches. CM Punk is about to have one hell of a heel reaction when he cost Drew McIntyre this Saturday in Scotland.
And Jay, what do you think we're going to see this Saturday between the Scottish psychopath and what do they used to call him? The
Archer. They made it more.
Archer of Infamy, yes.
I just wish they made it more surprising. You don't have to give me the match, the band, Judgment Day. It's like Storm say, you already know what's going to happen. You already know what's going to take place. So
listen, predictable is not bad as long as
it is what it is. But I will enjoy the match just like everyone else, and I will be looking forward to it. Yeah, he's going to have a big reaction, and yeah, we'll see who it is because this match is awkward as it is. You have two heels fighting for the belt. So who's going to be the heel in Drew or CM Punk?
Steven Chambers makes a great point. NXT will probably be the #1 show on the CW.
Yeah. Look, good for them. That doesn't mean the quality's good.
Hey, the quality's great because it's WWE, and it's always good shit. It's the WWE. It's the golden goose. Even bad shit is good shit because you know what? Bad shit usually forces good shit to come. Because when shit's bad enough for a while, people start pointing and talking. Hey guys, we fucking stink. We got to do something.
That's how I feel about SmackDown.
That turns to good. Also, competition right now is heating up between all companies because at the end of the day, professional wrestling is a business, and it's more wrestling is good for business. So, amen for AEW, amen for TNA, amen for New Japan, and everybody, NWA, GCW, even all the independent companies that bust their ass every single day. And we're going to start talking about some independent shows because moving forward in the future, I was going to talk to Storms about us maybe doing an event every other month somewhere at a show, live, doing interviews, getting content, maybe even a party or two at a bar or something we could set up.
Yeah,
maybe we can get Jay to leave his luxurious condo. And where are you now, San Quentin?
Jersey.
Oh, you're in Jersey.
You and me, brother. You and me.
Brick City.
Fucking Jersey. All right, so Clash at the Castle. We also have Bayley taking on Piper Niven. I'm going to go ahead and say I would love to see Piper Niven win just to see the reaction from the hometown crowd. Bayley's going to get booed, but we all know that's not going to happen. Bayley retains. Jay, what's going to happen on Saturday?
I'm not going to like the match. Bayley's going to win, and I think she's just as flat coming off WrestleMania, just like R-Truth and The Miz.
DJ Storms, what do you see happening in that match?
I am not going to say that Jay is wrong, but the main problem, and this has always been a problem with WWE, the problem with WWE is that they put all their effort into the top stars, and they don't build up anyone else as challengers to make the championship reign feel more important. Now, I will say this. I do think this is a great opportunity for Piper Niven. I do think that Piper Niven is going to bring something that we haven't seen from her since her days in NXT UK, and I do think we're going to get a very, very solid women's match. The only thing that I really wish WWE would put more effort into other individuals not named Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, Drew McIntyre, because that right there, that is what is going to make the entire overall product feel different because you have credible individuals going up against these champions. That's what separates other professional wrestling companies from WWE. WWE doesn't care about anyone that's not in the main event scene. But I do believe that this is going to be a very, very, very good opportunity for Piper Niven, and I hope that they continue to build on her after this match. Bayley's going to take the win here.
Yeah, she's definitely going to take the win there. I'm not super excited about the match at all, to be honest. I don't even understand how she even has a title shot.
Because it's Scotland.
Yeah, whatever. Cody Rhodes taking on AJ Styles in an I Quit match. And as much as I would love to see AJ Styles make Cody Rhodes bleed all over Scotland, I think the American Nightmare will retain his championship now and probably forever. As long as they sell T-shirts, he's not losing that shit.
I hope you're right, actually. There's been some people throwing the idea around because Cody's bringing his mother to Scotland. There's been some people throwing the idea around that Styles is going to use the OC to get Cody to say I quit or else they'll attack his mother. I hope that is not the case because I always preach about the long, lucrative title reigns, and you need to make sure that the individual holding the title has enough challengers to get them through a certain amount of time. And Styles winning the title just for Cody to win it back, that would be fucking horrible. It really would. And it would render AJ Styles' title win at Clash at the Castle, if he wins and Cody wins it back at Money in the Bank, it would render it absolutely fucking useless. So I really do hope that Cody comes out victorious here. And I will say this. One thing I will give praise to is this. I have very much complained about Cody's title reign lacking substance from week to week. The matches that he puts on are fantastic, but they do not put any effort into building up his challengers. However, The segments that we got with Styles the last couple weeks with the fake Mark Henry-esque retirement, that was some good shit right there. And I do hope that we get ourselves a match full of substance here with Cody Rhodes retaining the championship. Jay, let me hear you.
Jay, you're muted, Jay.
Fuck, you fuckers. I'm gonna say this. I agree that Cody's role booking as champion is mediocre, but I think we could all agree it was going to happen if he won the title at WrestleMania. Now, what can you book him and who can you book him with? It's really hard choices. I don't want to see another AJ Styles Cody Rhodes match. I don't feel that I should see an I Quit match between these guys. I get it. You don't got nothing to do with Styles, but I'm not really interested in this match, guys. Why? Because you know Cody's going to come out on top. So I just wish they made it more suspenseful. Just like I said before on the other segment, that it should be more surprising with Damian Priest and CM Punk and Drew. But I'm not really interested, guys. I'm sorry to say that. I think the booking it's lame. It's mediocre. And then after this, what do you do with him next? What do you?
I have an idea. I mean, they're going to Money in the Bank in Canada next. I'm assuming that if you're going to have Money in the Bank in Canada, just give Kevin Owens a shot at Cody before Cody gets to Randy Orton at SummerSlam. Because, I mean, listen,
I still would.
Even though Owens won't win, it will be a fantastic match, and it will add to Cody Rhodes' title reign being full of excellent main event matches. And that's the way.
Okay, so let me ask you this. And who's going to win that match?
Cody, as he should.
Exactly.
At the end, listen, predictable is not bad. The reason why this match doesn't feel predictable is the fact that WWE hasn't built up AJ Styles enough.
I just think predictable can be bad because I think it hurts a superstar. Now, forget this. It's hurting Bayley. I mean, look at Bayley. Look who she's fighting. Piper fucking Niven, excuse me. Where the fuck does she come from? And why should we give her a title? Wouldn't I just give it? Okay, I get it. You're in Scotland and shit. But I'd rather give it to Chelsea Green. Why the fuck am I going to Piper fucking Niven if she can't even cut? And I get it. You try to cut a promo. You try to build some heat. You try to build some anticipation for your hometown of Scotland. But let's face it. It's not resonating with the crowd. And it's not resonating with me. And it's unbelievable. And I know, baby.
The problem with that promo is the fact that when Niven was talking, what she was saying was fine, but she didn't have any emphasis on that. Like, where's the conviction?
And the problem I got is the crowd. You know, if they go with the what chant, it's like, how can I take you seriously going into Clash at the Castle? Not even the crowd even cares. And they should care because you're fighting the fucking women's world heavyweight champion. Mm-hmm. So this is a meaningful event. You should give a fuck. It is a code main event if you want to call it like that. And we treat it like dog shit.
Win more matches. That's a problem. Like they just had her get the title shot because it's.
I just feel overall. My whole point is I just feel Cody is better as the chaser than being the champion. Because at least if he's chasing, you could book him in so many matches. And guess what? If you give me a Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens match at SummerSlam, and he's trying to chase to be the undisputed champ, yes, I would be interested in that match, without a doubt. If you have the title on him, I know what the finish will be.
Listen, the chase is always better than the actual title reign. That goes without saying. You are not wrong. However, if WWE, like I've said before, if they actually built up other people through wins, like if they booked AJ like they've been booking Cody for the last 6 to 12 months, and they made AJ feel like a legit threat instead of losing every single pay-per-view match that he's had for the last 2 years. I mean, he fucking jobbed out to Omos. All his credibility went bye-bye after that. If they actually built him up like they built up Cody, same thing with Owens, same thing with Logan Paul, same thing with guys like whoever, like Andrade. Like if you put Andrade and Cody in the ring, if you built up Andrade correctly, I mean, holy shit, Andrade and Cody, I mean, take my fucking money. But WWE, they don't do that. They just give championship matches away like fucking candy.
Well, right now they're taking their time with Cody Rhodes. They're trying to stretch out every different program he's going to have with whoever it is. I knew AJ Styles was going to get at least 2 matches. We might even get 1 more before it's said and done. Usual script is 3 matches and done. We'll see what happens with that. But we are watching TNA Impact. I just watched AJ Francis and Rich Swann get their asses kicked by PCO. But Jay, I want to know if we still have to see this match later tonight. Didn't start yet. We are going to hear from Ash.
I'm going to be critical of that.
What happened with Masha and Marty?
I didn't catch the winner.
I was too busy in a heated debate with DJ Storms, and I didn't pay attention to what the hell happened, so we missed it.
I'm not going to lie. If anybody knows in the chat, let us know.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know.
Sasha Steele right now is in the ring right now.
Yeah, if you want to watch TNA, you can watch them many different ways. They're on cable. You can go on their YouTube page. TNA is going to have NXT superstars coming in and out. They already have a huge roster. They made history.
Savage's favorite wrestler.
They made history with Jordan Grace, let's be honest, and they do have a very good roster. TNA's up and coming, baby. They're working with NXT. The Hardy Boys are back. Your favorite wrestler of all time, Jeff Hardy, baby. He's back. He's coming back.
Oh, no.
Where's he going, though, guys? He's going to WWE?
No, he's
home. He's going home. He's going home.
All right, we got to get back to Clash at the Castle. We had this match here, and I'll go to Storms first. What did you think about Chad Gable, Sami Zayn? Obviously, Sami Zayn retained. It's all you.
This has actually been the best built match going into Clash at the Castle. The heel turn for Chad Gable has really taken a positive turn, and the story that they built up has been excellent. And I'm glad that they're keeping substance surrounding the Intercontinental Championship after they took the title off of Gunther. I would personally love to see Chad Gable win, but I know that that is not the right outcome here, simply because of the fact that Sami Zayn, he is currently doing good material with the championship. Him retaining would be the best possible outcome, and I do believe it is going to come at the expense of Chad Gable being fucked over by Otis, and Clash the Castle will finally be the night that Otis has had enough of Chad Gable's bullshit, and the crowd is going to pop big. Otis is going to drop Gable, and we're going to be into a Gable and Otis feud going into the summer, while Sammy, and I made this prediction, and I'm going to stick by this prediction, I believe that the man that's going to take the title off of Sami Zayn is none other than Braun Breaker.
And Jay, you can tell us again if you have anything additional you want to add to that storyline between Gable and Sami Zayn.
Storms just said it from the beginning. If everybody heard him, this is the best storyline that's going on. I think it's better than the Bloodline. I said it to you last night, Savage. This is number 1, and I think they're building really extremely great around Otis for us to get that biggest pop reaction probably since Jey Uso. So I will say this. I am looking forward to this match, but I still go in my gut that this will not be the night for the Otis, and this will not be the night for Chad Gable to win.
I already said at the beginning, Sami Zayn's definitely going to retain. This is not going to be the night that Gable takes it, unfortunately. I would love to see Gable take it just so he can have that IC title run, but I don't think it's going to happen. We'll find out live this Saturday. Make sure you tune in to Peacock. And we have our tag team triple threat match, and I'll just say it again real quick. Champions are going to retain. These pay-per-views in Europe, the champions are likely always going to retain. That's what it's looking like. Now, I'd rather talk about the crowd that we're going to see in Scotland. I think the crowd is going to make even Paris look like shit. It's going to be crazy in Scotland.
I don't know about that. I mean, Paris is the benchmark right now.
Yes, but Scotland drinks. They drink more. Way more. They're going to be loud.
So far, it's Paris and then St. Louis for Dynasty. Those are the top 2 crowds of the year so far.
Listen, New York. I've seen New York, like when Triple H made his return. Still to this day, I've never experienced anything like that at the Garden again. Ever. Not even close. His return, that place was thunderous, man. Like, it was insanity. You don't feel that. But that pay-per-view, it's rare that you watch a pay-per-view at home. And the audience, just the crowd is giving you goosebumps. Forget the wrestlers, forget the match. The crowd's reaction to what they're seeing automatically makes it great. because you're sitting there and you're enjoying what they're enjoying. You feel it. It's almost like you're there. That's how good that Paris crowd was. The Scotland crowd is going to be, I think it's going to be even a little more ruckus, and they're putting America to shame. That's for sure.
You got to taste. They taste this Friday. We'll get a little taste this Friday, tomorrow night.
That's true.
Get a little taste of the crowd.
That SmackDown was wild too in France. Absolutely.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm definitely
looking forward to tomorrow.
A fun night, man. A lot of things going on tomorrow night. You got SmackDown, and don't forget, there's also a pay-per-view against all odds. If you're in the area, all right, near Chicago, they're doing a post-show meet and greet. After the show, you can go meet all the stars of TNA, which is pretty cool. Wish WWE would do stuff like that more often. They do not. Jordan Grace has an open challenge.
I got Tatum Paxley.
Yeah, Tatum Paxley. He's right.
Tatum Paxley's going to – okay, yeah, that makes 100% sense. I like it. Okay. And we have Mike Santana, Steve Macklin taking on the Rascals. I'm pretty sure Santana, they're pushing him to the moon right now. Sami Callihan, I think, is going to take the loss to Jonathan Gresham.
I could care less.
Yeah, I can see that. I think they've been building up Jonathan Gresham quite nicely. He's actually one of the very few acts from TNA I've been keeping a close eye on. I think he's great. Trent Seven and Mustafa Ali. Now that is something I'm really looking forward to. I think Ali is going to be taking that. I mean, he's on a fucking roll right now.
I think he's the next one of the next TNA World Heavyweight Champions. They're pushing him like that kind of.
I think that after Nick Nemeth wins it, Nick Nemeth is going to win it at Slammiversary from Moose, and then afterwards, I think that leading into next year at Hard to Kill, it's going to be Ali that takes it off of Nick Nemeth.
You know what I wonder? I wonder when Ali's contract was expiring, they told him, listen, just go to TNA because we're doing something with them and you're going to be back here and back and forth. Maybe this has been a giant work for a long time and nobody knows.
No.
You never know.
Conspiracy theories with Savage.
Love the conspiracy theories. Josh Alexander and Eric Young taking on ABC.
These guys gonna break up already.
I can't see Eric Young and Josh Alexander taking a loss, but maybe these young guns here, they don't even look that young, but they look younger than Josh Alexander and Eric Young. Who do you guys got here on this one?
I don't know. I'd probably give it to ABC.
The young guns? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're fantastic at what they do. I'm a big Chris Bay guy.
And we also have the TNA World Tag Team Championship on the line. The System taking on Nick and Ryan Nemeth. I feel like the brothers are about to be TNA World Tag Team Champions.
No.
Not yet. No. Nick Nemeth will be world champion in TNA. The System is retaining. This is a great match to Slammiversary.
Here's some shots from the action from last week's TNA, just in case you don't watch TNA and you want to watch TNA. Here's some good reasons why. Quality matches, quality wrestling, superstars like Speedball Mike Bailey on there, having great matches. TNA's good shit on a Thursday night, all right? It's better than watching whatever the hell you're watching because there's no other wrestling on Thursday night.
Ring of Honor, but they don't do long enough matches. I gotta catch up on Ring of Honor. I haven't been catching up. I'll be watching that before Dishonor next month.
Let me ask you a question, Storms. Let's just talk about it because we've never talked about it. How many AEW shows have you been to and then stayed for the full Ring of Honor taping?
They have not done any Ring of Honor tapings at the shows that I've gone to because I actually haven't been to an AEW show in quite a while. I will be going to the Full Gear show. I've had to do some personal stuff and I've been trying to save some money. But last AEW show that I went to was I think it was Grand Slam 2022. Had a very fun time at that show. Stayed for the Rampage taping afterwards as well. The one thing I wish that they would do with Ring of Honor, I wish they would not do such quick matches, and they would actually build up the major stars there. They would separate the rosters with AEW and Ring of Honor. And I do believe Will Ospreay threw this one out. He says that they should hire Scott D'Amore to help run Ring of Honor. That would be an excellent decision. And I think Scott D'Amore running Ring of Honor, you give him, help him and the Ring of Honor brand as a whole because of what he did for TNA.
What they need to do is stop being cheap and taping Ring of Honor after 3-4 hours of wrestling, after you've done Dynamite, after you've taped Rampage, after you have people sitting around waiting for them.
Go to Orlando Studios, Universal Studios.
That's your own show, your own studios. Make it a Saturday morning thing. Bring back Saturday morning wrestling. There's a market there, and you can start introducing these superstars, and they can get more time. The reason these matches are all short is because 2 reasons. One, it's because these matches are taking place after 4 hours of other wrestling's been going on, and they just want to get the fuck out of the building. So they get their 3-4 matches in, get it taped, and they get the fuck out of there. And you know why? Because everybody else is already fucking gone. I've been to 4 shows over the last year, and every show I went to, okay, they do the Ring of Honor tapings, and I stick around. There's literally 100 people there. That's it. Everybody else, the thousands of people, are fucking gone.
They need to go to Universal Studios down in Orlando.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I feel bad.
Dude, when Ring of Honor returned back in 2023, that first month of Universal Studios shows heading into Supercard of Honor 2023, those were some great fucking shows, and the crowd was fucking hyped. That's where they need to go.
But they need to go somewhere. There's plenty of studios that they can also go to Nashville. There's plenty of options. Hell, they can go to New York City if they wanted to. We have studios.
Still with a submission on.
It's not complicated, man. Hell, buy a warehouse for Christ's sakes. Do something. Make an investment. Building trade. Why don't start a Ring of Honor Performance Center?
Luna just got out of the submission.
Follow what WWE does with their Performance Center. Make your own Performance Center. You have a place where your guys can go train, work out, and now you're putting on shows and you're giving people experience. Also, they should follow suit with what OVW does. OVW is the only other company besides WWE and AEW that puts on a live weekly show 52 weeks a year. And these are independent wrestlers. If Al Snow can get it done with his payroll and budget, you're telling me Tony Khan can afford to set up a Ring of Honor Performance Center and dedicate some real money and time to it? Throw Scott D'Amore there, throw a couple other people there, and give people things to do?
He could. He really could, and I really wish he would. But, you know, the main problem.
Edge couldn't be there right now with his broken leg, dropping wisdom on all the students.
Well, no. You see, that was not on Tony Khan. That was Adam Copeland's fault, because Adam Copeland, he got too overwhelmed.
I'm not bringing up the injury. I'm bringing up, like, my point is they can take advantage of guys that are out. Now they don't have to just sit around home and do nothing. They can go hang out at the Performance Center and help the students learn, help them get better, drop decades of knowledge. They have the team, bro. They don't have the fucking vision.
In doing a live Ring of Honor television show, and if they want to, if Scott D'Amore is brought in, they could absolutely do a live 1 hour Ring of Honor.
Luna landing 1, 2, 3, and Steele takes the loss.
Damn.
Really? Steels took the loss?
Yeah.
You know, let me tell you something. If I was running a wrestling company, I would make Tasha Steelz my first women's world champion. That's how high I am on her.
She's good.
Are they pushing Luna?
She's about to kill Steels.
That powerbomb is sick.
I'm looking for this match. Where is Luna landing? Yeah, that was nasty, Jay. That Luna landing is tough.
Oh.
Danny Luna's
and here he is. Huh? Joe Hendry comes out here.
Say his name and he appears.
Everybody loves Joe Hendry. We're coming up on the 9 o'clock hour. We already covered NXT. We gave you our predictions. I think we did, right? You guys both did. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair retaining.
We can beat the system, Joe Hendry said. We can beat.
You know what I really hate about this? I hate the fact that they're just using Bianca to mask Jade Cargill's flaws. Jade Cargill has not shown any improvement whatsoever. She's
Hendry shirt is fire.
Jade Cargill, man, they want to be careful.
Joe Hendry shirt is fire, by the way.
If they handle her correctly, a few more years of her getting some
and here he is,
reps,
CM Punk's boy.
It's going to be scary, Storms. If Jade Cargill can stay in WWE for multiple years without getting hurt, she's going to end up being one of the more dominant female superstars they have.
Well, again, they're going to have to actually have her wrestle more than 3 minutes, not in tag team matches. They got to have her wrestle more than 3 minutes.
I think they're going to milk this friendship tag team partner, mega power mimic that they're doing. They're going to milk it for as long as they can, and eventually we'll get that feud, and it should be a good one, to be honest with you.
Shit's very, very boring, I'm telling you. It's like they're trying to make the women's tag team titles feel important, but they're the most worthless titles in the industry. You know what they are? They're the NXT of titles in the industry.
All right, Storms, this is all you. I'm about to drop the breaking news, and you're going to read the caption and then give me your reaction, all right? If you can, try to keep this under a minute and a half so we can turn this into a short later on that we could use on Instagram.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, he's ready.
Holy! Mark Henry claims his son's wrestling ability matches WWE's NXT's top talent. Now that is a big time report right there. So I do believe that Mark Henry's son, he does have a lot of skills in him. I mean, Mark Henry, he is one of the greatest of all time. He's had a Hall of Fame career for a reason. And I do believe that if Mark Henry's son really does want to take on pro wrestling, if he wants to keep pro wrestling serious, near and dear to his heart, I do believe that Mark Henry's son could indeed be a top-tier star in whatever promotion he decides to sign with. Probably going to sign with NXT because they got a lot of big-time performance center coaches down there to help him and help a lot of young stars down there. So, hey, listen, good for Mark Henry's son if this is the case. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing what Mark Henry's son could do going into the future, like I said, depending on which promotion he decides to sign with.
Well, Storms, that was a fantastic take, but the way I was going to try to make you do it is 10 photos, 10 opinions, 90 seconds.
He didn't know that. He didn't know that.
I know. I didn't clarify.
He didn't cut the rules properly.
It was my fault, but now he knows. So this is more of like a speed.
We go again. We got a commercial. We got a long commercial.
Forget about the Mark Henry. That was a fantastic take, by the way, and I actually agree with everything you said. His son looks like a very promising stud right there. All right, so we're going to try this again. In the next photo that comes in, you want to just like bang, 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 because there's 9 more photos coming. I want to see and test your skills, Mr. DJ Storms. Are you ready? Here we go. Boom.
I don't know how accurate that is, but either way, it's irrelevant. I don't care what happens in a wrestler's personal life. Shane McMahon, same thing, spotted at a New York Yankees game. He's a New York Yankees fan, so I'm a Shane McMahon guy for that. QR code, Uncle Howdy, he is coming to Raw. I believe he's coming to Raw within a week and a half. I think it's going to be a big-time debut for Uncle Howdy. Ex-WWE star Matt Riddle confirms he's in active talks with TNA. Listen, Matt Riddle is fantastic at what he does. He's an asset to any pro wrestling company. I just hope he stays clean. CM Punk flaunts shredded look amidst injury recovery. CM Punk, like I said, he will be returning at Clash at the Castle to fuck over Drew McIntyre. Vince Russo calls out Ric Flair for being drunk after blaming, that goes without saying. When is Ric Flair not drunk? Joe Hendry reference dropped on Raw. I mean, he's going to be on WWE TV at some point with this new TNA partnership, so I expected it. I mean, I don't know what's there to be surprised about because Tama Tonga is a fantastic pro wrestler. He's annoyed by WWE fans forcing on it. I mean, as he should be. Those aren't fans. Those are desperate, greedy fucks looking for cheap ways to make money. I would not mind Arn Anderson coming back. I think that Arn Anderson being with Cody Rhodes would be a great move for him and the WWE.
Fucking beautiful job. I think that was definitely like 90 seconds. Perfection. That was great. That was great. I liked it. Now we got some AEW breaking news, and Jay, I will let you do the same thing. Are you ready, Jay? More breaking news.
There you go. Tony Khan confident MJF will permanently stay with AEW. Yeah, when you shove $20 million down somebody's fucking mouth, of course they're going to fucking stay in your company, you little shit. Pac announces entry into the Owen Hart Cup on 6/12 AEW Dynamite. Pac, you could enter yourself in any of the future tournaments. You still will never win. Miro drops from behind-the-scenes footage from upcoming film project. Miro, we don't give a fuck. Dax Harwood sidelined indefinitely with back injury. Well, I can't believe this. Dax, you've done everything for this company. I don't know why. It's mediocre. The greatest thing when Savage's life was meeting you. Christian Cage sets the record straight on the difference between WWE and AEW. Yeah, Christian, you did. WWE is a great company. AEW pays you more, though. We get it.
We're going to keep that one shorter because we did the AEW breaking news yesterday. I added some new stories today. Got to try to mix it up a little bit. But kind of crazy that Miro, that stuck out to me out of all those stories.
Right, he's a loser. He lost his wife, he lost his job, he lost everything.
Yeah, he didn't lose his job. He's injured.
Injured for like 10 months.
Miro's a guy that we could go all the way back to that WrestleMania with John Cena where he came out with a 10 epic entrance. He should have won that match.
Where's his wife? You know where his fucking wife is? In fucking Scotland in Damian Priest's locker room. That's where his fucking ex-wife is.
No. That's Morgan giving Dominic Mysterio her hotel key.
Jay, what do you care about Lana and Miro? They got divorced. It's over. They moved on.
I care about Lana because she's with the champ. She's with Damian Priest.
Okay, that's great. But what does that mean? Miro can't have a life
Miro's
now?
a fucking loser. He lost his job. He lost his wife. I mean,
he didn't lose his job. He's still with AEW. You can make all those
B-rated movies you want. We're never going to see it or watch it.
First of all, Miro's not a loser. If anything, Miro should be at the Hardy compound right now, kicking everyone's ass there because he's that damn good. I hope Miro has a speedy, healthy recovery, and one day somebody gives him the goddamn
This
run.
is what I hate, folks. Savage always defending his boys.
Miro was
defending all his boys.
You're not being fair, Jay. Come on.
Miro Day. Remember that, Storms?
Yes, I love that shit. And by the way,
remember Miro in the Taker WrestleMania? Who gives a flying fuck?
Let me tell you something. As far as the MJF take goes, MJF is not staying with AEW just because of money. He's staying with AEW because
you lied to me.
This is the truth right here. This is the truth right here. You know why he's staying with AEW? It's because he would never be allowed to do what he's doing in WWE. He would be watered down in WWE. If he was put in WWE, yeah, he would make a lot of money.
How
yeah,
would he be watered down in WWE?
He would not be MJF anymore.
How would he be watered down in WWE? Now, I give it to you. They would throw him in the roster.
That he's cutting right now. Do you think that WWE would allow him to say, "He's a tu madre"?
Braun Breaker went from fucking squash matches to people we never heard of, and look where he is now.
We're talking about
MJF make the same impact in a matter of months, to the point that in WrestleMania he will headline night 1 or night 2.
Okay, great. That's Braun Breaker. He's not MJF.
No, I'm talking about MJF. I'm talking about MJF.
Hey guys, we're gonna
you
get
give
back
the opportunity like they did to Braun Breaker in a matter of weeks.
We're gonna get back to AEW.
Turn that company upside down.
Listen, we're gonna have plenty of time to talk about MJF.
They wouldn't water him down, though. They will not water him down.
What's going on with the Hardy compound right now? Why are we watching?
I know, but I'm about to
Myers?
watch.
He has wrestling figures. Fireworks are going off. It looks like Brian Myers is on mushrooms right now. I think Matt Hardy has drugged the system. I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but I like it. I'm into
The compound will never be the same like it was years ago.
Well, obviously, but the compound is still the Hardy compound.
And you lost Mike Tenay. You lost Mike Tenay, the producer of the original compound.
Listen, we'll keep you posted on the Hardy compound. Right now, it looks like Brian Myers is tripping balls, so I'm with it. I'll dig it. Well, we'll talk about now the WWE. Real quick, I want to get to AEW, so we're going to do this. Obviously, every Tuesday night, me and Jay do a show. We cover the entire week of WWE. Thursday night, Super Savage Wrestling
Hardy
show.
Is out. Hardy
Storm,
is out.
Super Wrestling Show. Eventually, I'm going to get that right. But, Storms, did you watch SmackDown?
Yes, I did, and I'm going to give WWE credit here because SmackDown has actually been the most consistent show throughout the course of the last few weeks. I wish that Monday Night Raw and Dynamite would be a little bit more consistent, but SmackDown was solid, not great, but it was a solid show.
What was your favorite? Did you have a favorite match of the night? Favorite moment? Do you think the Bloodline storyline is weak? Do you think Heyman's the only one carrying this shit? And is it too much to fill the shoes of Roman Reigns for Solo Sikoa?
I don't think it's too much for Solo to fill the shoes of Roman, but I did say that Paul Heyman is the MVP of these Bloodline segments. Now, I will say this. They need to make a move soon, because if they continue to drag this out, then it's going to become repetitive. That is why I'm making a prediction here. The Bloodline will cost Jey Uso the Money in the Bank briefcase at Money in the Bank in Canada, and we will indeed see the return of Roman Reigns at some point after Money in the Bank, leading up to Solo versus Roman at SummerSlam. Best match of the night was Gargano and Grayson Waller. Those two are fantastic at what they do. I'm glad that the champion came out victorious here. WWE should do a better job at building up the challengers, though. They should have DIY winning tag team matches, not competing against the champions in singles matches, but it was still a good match nonetheless. Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles, they had a great segment, and we got ourselves an I Quit match at Clash at the Castle, and it is going to be a great showcase for both men. Very much looking forward to that. This match was disappointing with Carmelo Hayes and LA Knight. I actually wish that they would have given him more time. And this is another thing that I always say. They're not putting pro wrestling first. They're not pushing pro wrestling to the forefront. They only gave these guys 8 minutes, and that's a fucking problem. But I'll tell you what is a good thing, and it's the fact that LA Knight is going after the United States Championship, and I do believe LA Knight will be the new United States Champion. He should have won that title last year at SummerSlam. The promo with Bayley and Piper Niven, it was not bad per se. What was said in the promo, it was bad in terms of there was no conviction behind Piper Niven, and no one genuinely believes Piper Niven's going to win simply because of the fact that they have not built her up. As I've stated, WWE does not build up their challengers towards their championships. Main event, it was fun for what it was. This was really nothing more than a means of establishing more dominance for the Bloodline. As we all know, the Bloodline is the dominant faction on SmackDown, and this is all leading towards a true, legit Bloodline Civil War. Not that bullshit that we got last year with Roman and Solo versus the Usos. That was fucking garbage. Now we're getting a legit Bloodline Civil War, and I do believe it is going to be a very, very well told story leading up to Roman and Rock at WrestleMania 41.
Yeah, I think we're going to get the full Avengers storyline. And before we get to Monday Night Raw, Jay, do you have anything to say to this? What is happening right now? Why am I seeing a werewolf on my screen?
It's a werewolf on you.
Whose idea was to make Eddie Edwards a werewolf in front of Wolfgang?
He's howling.
The wife playing the piano right now.
And was that Hardy's kid giving him a senton drop off of the ladder in the ring?
Yeah.
What the fuck? This might be the craziest, most psychedelic video that they've ever made. It's
just bad.
And want me to watch TNA.
You don't like werewolves?
I like werewolves, but not on my wrestling program.
What's your favorite werewolf movie?
Ooh.
Oh, man, that is a good question. Probably The Wolfman from 2010. Good shit. Okay. With Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, great movie. Great. But Jay, you got a favorite werewolf movie?
Werewolf in Paris?
American Werewolf in Paris?
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite werewolf movie. But I also like that one that Benicio del Toro did. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
What was that?
I forgot the name of it, but it was good. He played like a wolf.
I remember Jack Nicholson did one, but I didn't like it. Oh,
yeah. Jack Nicholson with, was Pfeiffer? Michelle Pfeiffer? Yeah. Fuck yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. That movie was phenomenal.
I gotta go and watch that.
You never saw that?
Yeah, Wolf.
Jay just rocked my mind. That was like, I haven't seen it in years, but I remember the last time I saw it.
All movie.
It's Jack Nicholson. What else you got to say?
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what else. This is not technically a werewolf movie, but there's werewolves involved in this movie. Van Helsing is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, Van Helsing's a fun movie. Absolutely.
That is fucking great. That was the best Hugh Jackman movie in my mind. Love that shit.
I like that movie where he also with Christian Bale, where they were the magicians.
Oh,
did you see that movie?
Not bad.
Oh my god,
The Illusionist, I think.
The Illusionist.
Yeah.
So good.
Here comes Moon.
Oh, I gotta go look that up.
Yeah, that's a movie you want to watch if you love Hugh Jackman for sure. That was a good movie. Hugh Jackman's killing it. I can't wait for Deadpool in a couple of weeks. We get Deadpool Wolverine. That's exciting.
Wolverine. It's unbelievable.
Very excited about that. It's going to kick off the whole new universe with MCU, X-Men. It's good shit. Now we can get back to Monday Night Raw. Let's see what DJ Storms thought about Monday Night Raw. It's the same thing like last time. You'll see the slides and you talk.
I would say it was better than last week. Monday Night Raw last week was kind of a mixed bag. There's really been no consistency with Monday Night Raw, but we got a fairly decent show this week. Damian Priest. Obviously, this has been building for weeks now, and we got one last promo segment leading to the main event with Drew McIntyre beating Finn Balor, and Drew McIntyre now has Damian Priest one-on-one, and all this did was pretty much confirmed CM Punk is absolutely costing Drew McIntyre, as he should. This was a solid match right here with Lyra Valkyria and Io Sky. Not better than the match that they had in the Queen of the Ring tournament, but still a solid match. Io Sky, she gets the much-needed win. I'm glad that they are featuring Lyra Valkyria in this position because she is great. I would have given her the Queen of the Ring. Nia Jax winning was a big-time waste of time because we all know that she was going to get a shot at Bayley regardless, but still, Lyra and Io, this was very solid. As most matches between these two are, Lyra did not get the win, but looks like we're headed towards a six-man tag with Damage Control versus Katana Chance, Caden Carter, and Lyra Valkyria. I love me some Katana Chance. She is a Jersey girl. Always support my Jersey girls. Liv Morgan, here's what I will say here. Liv Morgan, she's doing her thing, and the role that she's playing is very good. Liv Morgan is doing very good in her role. However, I find it very, very pathetic that this is the extent of Liv Morgan's title reign, and they're not building up any new women, and it's really sad. The Raw Women's Division is in a very, very tough spot because Liv Morgan, she's got no challengers. But the six-man tag team match here, fun for what it was, as expected. And Braun Strowman, he is going to be Damian Priest's final opponent before Priest gets to Gunther. It will be Priest and Braun Strowman at Money in the Bank, and Priest will get one more win before he drops that title to Gunther. Otherwise, I mean, listen, it's typical Judgment Day LWO shit, nothing that we haven't seen before, and it's quite frankly repetitive. However, I will say, like I said before, Liv Morgan, she's doing very good in her role right now, and she is taking Dominic Mysterio away from Rhea Ripley.
1 second. I got to interrupt you just for this. I cannot believe what I'm watching on TNA. Someone just got decapitated, and Matt Hardy is about to drown Moose in the lake. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but if you're watching TNA, please let me know in the chat what you think.
Vanguard 1 is out. Moose is a football player like he was.
All right, Storm, sorry, man. There you go. You can get back to Braun Strowman over there.
We got Temptation, fucking Lake of Reincarnation. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, Moose just came out as a football player.
They out of the compound. They out of the compound.
Oh, shit.
He's a football player now.
They're out of the compound.
Yo, Matt Hardy literally just said the words, "Why are you coming on me?"
Moose, Matt Hardy, tomorrow night.
They just got a meme for decades, man.
Holy
You've seen the Brock Lesnar one. I'm going to come on you real hard.
I don't know. I don't know anymore, man. I really don't. Can we go back to Raw? Thank you. So, yeah, like I said, typical six-man tag team match. Fun for what it was, and Braun Strowman is clearly going to be the next challenger for Damian Priest at Money in the Bank, and that will be Damian Priest's final defense before he loses to Mr. Gunther, the Ring General. Zelina Vega almost had her arm ripped out of her socket right there by Braun Strowman, as you can see. Braun Strowman doesn't even know his own strength, and he's been in WWE for how many fucking years now? It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. And they should be doing more with Dragon Lee. They should be doing more with Dragon Lee. It's actually quite pathetic that Dragon Lee, he is not bigger than he is right now. The only new star that they're actually treating right is Braun Breaker. And that's not right at all. The match here with Sami Zayn and Otis, completely fucking irrelevant. I hate these fucking short matches, but the segment that we got afterwards with Sami and Gable, this was some good shit. And Chad Gable, he is just one wrong move away. He's literally one wrong move away, one slap away from being broken in half by Otis. And we are going to get a big-time pop just like we got at Royal Rumble 2023 when Sami Zayn hit Roman Reigns in the back with a steel chair. Otis taking out Gable is going to be a beautiful moment, and you can see Chad Gable with that prick-like smile. Chad Gable is doing excellent fucking heel work. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Listen, I love me some Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, but I mean, holy shit, the women's division is completely fucking irrelevant right now. Completely irrelevant, and I hate that. We need to get rid of the tag team division, and we need to focus solely on the singles division, building up some undercard feuds. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, like I said, these tag team championships are worthless. They need to get rid of them, and Bianca Belair is merely being used to mask Jade Cargill's flaws. Jade Cargill right now, she has not done anything memorable in the WWE, and she's been there for almost a year. Ilya Dragunov and Braun Breaker, on the other hand, this was a pay-per-view worthy match. Excellent, excellent, excellent shit from start to finish. Absolutely loved it. Both men looked fantastic. And Braun Breaker, like I've been saying, Braun Breaker, he is the biggest new star that they've been pushing right now. And he will be the new Intercontinental Champion by August, whether it's at SummerSlam or whether it is at Bash in Berlin. And Ricochet, he was taken out here by Braun Breaker. He is going to be in the arms of Tony Khan, and it is going to be a great day when we see Ricochet versus Will Ospreay. The Awesome Truth is a complete fucking embarrassment of epic proportions, and AOP in the tag team division deserve better than this shit. Awesome Truth should have never won the championships at WrestleMania. The tag team division on both shows is being treated like a fucking joke, and I cannot fucking stand it. Shit like this is exactly why I shit on WWE, and there is the photo of Braun Breaker slamming Ricochet on real glass. Jack Perry would be proud. Ricochet, cry me a river. Actually, you know what? Don't cry me a river. Rejoice, because you're going to be putting on 5-star matches on a weekly basis sooner rather than later, and I will drink the tears of every single WWE shill calling Ricochet a traitor. Suck my cock, assholes.
I'll say this because it's a hot topic. Ricochet leaving WWE, going to AW or TNA or whatever. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think they're going to tuck him away and they're going to repackage him completely. That's what I think. I think he's a WWE superstar. I don't think he
put in his notice.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit. I think that's WWE playing games.
We'll have to put some money on that.
Oh boy, money! I heard Savage money.
$50.
Yeah, all right, we'll see. Yeah.
$50. No, we'll see. $50 for now. You talk the talk. Let's go. $50 right now. The Ricochet does not leave the WWE.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, there you go.
Done? All right. You got Venmo? Hey,
I got Venmo.
It's
gotta get some new shit.
James the witness. Now, I'm probably going to end up having to send him $50 when we see this asshole fight Ricochet, where Ricochet, the asshole, fights probably Ospreay at some AWA show in the future. It's probably going to happen. You're probably right. But I'll put my money where my mouth is. Why not? I don't know where the CM Punk ice cream bars are.
Where are they? I don't even eat ice cream bars, but where the fuck are they?
You missed out in the 80s. Those ice cream bars, the original, were amazing. I would pop every time I'd get a Hulk Hogan or a Macho Man or a Warriors. Most of the times you got stuck with Iron Sheik or King Kong Bundy. God damn it. God damn it.
So we got ourselves the main event right here with Finn Balor.
Is this coming out?
It's always a good match with Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor, but Drew was going to win this, as he should, because Drew McIntyre, he is going to fight Damian Priest one-on-one, or so we think. I think that a certain cult of personality will be taking down Drew McIntyre in Scotland. As you can see, that is your WWE schedule for this week, heading into Clash at the Castle.
Ash Elegance about to have her match.
All right, Jay, I'm going to go to you first. What was the show of the week for you? After hearing Storms talk about Raw and SmackDown, Raw. Storms, what was the show of the week for you?
Dynamite was the show of the week for me. Dynamite, they got themselves a decent program. However, two things that they needed to take away. If they would have taken away the learning tree shit, and they would have taken away the Daniel Garcia squash match because that was unnecessary. If they would have taken away those two things, the show would have flowed perfectly, but there was just a little too much on the show. I'm always fair when it comes to all types of pro wrestling, but for the most part, it was a solid show. This week's show and last week's Dynamite were very solid. Last week's Rampage, I can't really say the same thing. Last week's Rampage was way too oversaturated, very disappointing, and I really do wish, and this is that consistency thing that I'm talking about, you got Raw 1 week being shit, SmackDown's then solid, then you got Dynamite being very good, and Rampage being shit. there's no consistency with any of these companies, and
Rampage is always shit.
No, Rampage is
Elegance coming out here having a match.
You know why it's shit? Because it's on a Friday night at 10 o'clock. I'm not fucking with it.
That's not the reason why it's shit. The reason why it's shit so much is because they put too much on the show. You do agree that it's shit. Some weeks it's
Ash by Elegance making her way to the ring. We're going to see
nobody
what
is caring for this woman.
And guess what? Nobody gives a fuck. I don't care about Ash by Elegance. Storms doesn't give
care.
a fuck.
I want to see what she's capable of.
All right, Jay will keep us posted on that.
Trash by Elegance.
Yeah, trash by that's not bad.
Let's see right now.
Hey, motherfucker.
That's not bad. That's not bad. All right, real quick, we'll give you the wrap up on AEW. What happened last week? All right, Rampage. You had Penta defeating the Butcher. You had the Acclaimed in action, and they defeated Hunter Gary and Parviz. You had Gates of Agony defeating Private Party. The Gang Gang, the Bang Bang, Gang Gang, whatever the fuck you want to call them. They were in action, taking on really Chris Wilde, Tyler Payne, and Caleb Crush. Basically nobodies. So good for them. Serena Deeb takes a loss to Mina Shirakawa, which I am not shocked about with what I've been seeing from her lately. Here's some photos from the action on Rampage, which according to Storms is good and shit. Sometimes you never know what you're going to get when you're watching a Rampage. So real quick, Storms, was this week's Rampage good or was it shit?
Last week's Rampage was not good outside of the main event because of how much shit that they stuffed into the show, and I hate the fact that they're doing 5 matches now. I always preach quality over quantity. There should be no such thing as a 1-hour show with 5 matches in it. If they would have taken away the 2 squash matches, that would have been a hell of a lot better. But outside of the main event, completely meaningless show. You could have skipped it.
No, you're wrong. Actually, I take it back. Rampage was the best show of the week, and that's because Mariah May was on it. Mariah May is the hottest female wrestler in the fucking world today. And now, now that she's on the show, yeah, that Rampage is definitely the best show of the week. You guys should all go watch it.
Chin up, tits out, watch for the show.
My God, what a right hand by Ash by Elegance.
Fuck Ash by Elegance. Wheeler Yuta and Claudio taking on FTR. This would be a time limit draw. We had Chris Statlander defeating Robin Renegade. Dustin Rhodes defeated Johnny TV. Tony Nese and Daivari were in action, and they took on 2 local bums that could barely even put on a match. Tony Storm defeated Lady Frost. Daniel Garcia defeated Tate Mayfair. Who the fuck is that? And by the way, how many fucking matches did Collision have? Look at this shit. Orange Cassidy defeated Kyle O'Reilly, and I did catch this match on DVR because I love Kyle O'Reilly, and I gotta say he's looking like his old self. I liked it. What did you think of Collision, Storms?
Collision was a better show than Rampage. And again, the inconsistency problem that I say, it's good, it's bad, it's good. We need to find that solid medium where we get solid shows every week. But Collision was a decent show, not overly great, but it was decent for what it was. Lady Frost and Tony Storm, they put on a very solid match. I'm a big Lady Frost guy. Lady Frost is very, very impressive. And I'm surprised that they're not doing more with Lady Frost. Mariah May,
definitely underrated.
Yes, Mariah May is in the Owen Hart Cup tournament for the women, and I do believe that if it's not Jamie Hayter coming back, Mariah May is going to win it, and she's going to get the match with Tony at All In Wembley Stadium. The time limit draw with the BCC and FTR, that was the best match on the show. Excellent stuff. Then you got the main event. Orange Cassidy gets the win over Kyle O'Reilly, and then that leads to the 6-man tag on Dynamite. Don Callis family and Roderick Strong needed that win. They got that win. Very fun-paced tag team match right there. Decent show for Collision. And the one thing that I really hope that they start doing, and I fucking hate that they haven't, they need to start pushing the rankings again because that helps them gain more structure. Structure is the main thing that I always preach about with AEW.
Can I say one thing? Structure is the one word that you cannot use to define the AEW locker room. It's not even remotely possible.
Sometimes they're structured, sometimes they're not.
Listen.
And Ash by Elegance wins by the moonsault.
Did you ever see that picture that I got with Mike Tyson backstage at AEW?
Yeah.
There's no structure at AEW. just fucking trust me when I tell you there's no structure at AEW.
See, here's the thing. The first 3 years, they had structure. But the problem is that Tony Khan, he's got way too much pride, and he does not want to ask for help. Listen, Tony, I'm a big guy with an ego. I got a big ego, and I got a lot of pride, but you can't succeed without helping the world. That's why I'm collaborating with Savage. That's why I'm collaborating with Jay, because I cannot get further along without some help, which is why I'm collaborating with them. This is the way of life.
Not bad. I do want to get to this one chat right here where Colton Grundy says, how could any true wrestling fan say that anything WWE has put out in the last 20 years has been good? Well, I'll say this. Most amazing TV shows, they come along and they have one season if they're lucky, 2 if they're good, 3, 4, 5 if they're really good, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 if they're like legendary, like Seinfeld, Married with Children, Friends. WWE has been producing weekly television for decades. They are the longest running episodic TV show in the history of mankind. And I don't think people really take into consideration how difficult it really is to put on good TV week after week after week after week after week with no break, no vacation. These TV shows, they get breaks. The season ends. They go on fucking vacation. They come back to another season. Eventually they end it because they can't keep making good episodes. It's difficult to make good episode after good episode, but here's WWE. Not only are they still here, they're relatively bigger than they've ever fucking been. Their value's higher than it's ever been. How can anybody say they watched it? I'll tell you how. Because we grew up. I'm not talking about everybody else. I'm talking about me. 3 years old. My first memory in America is watching Andre the Giant get body slammed by Hulk Hogan. It made me love professional wrestling, and the story tells itself. Hulkamaniac. I would rip my shirt. I'll fucking rip this shirt right now on the fucking stream. I don't give a fuck. Nobody fucking loves wrestling like me. Nobody's ripped more fucking shirts in their fucking life than this fucking guy right fucking here. You don't understand what being a wrestling fan is about.
Yeah, this is the greatest collaboration
my
I've ever
life.
done.
And I guarantee you haven't lived my fucking life. So how can anybody enjoy WWE for 20 fucking years? Very simple. I fucking enjoyed it for 37 fucking years. Very well.
Yeah, we could tell by your shirt. Could tell by your
shirt. I needed a new shirt anyway. All right.
Yeah, Colton, I think you're really letting nostalgia cloud your
now
mind.
you're a naked savage here. Wrestling.
That's great. What's the tattoo over here?
I got the biceps, bro. Don't fucking think I won't. Salvatore said he challenged me to a match. You don't want that shit. You don't want that shit. All right, enough of me. Let's get to AEW, right?
Yeah.
We talked about Collision. We talked about Rampage. These are a look at your champions. The TNT Championship is obviously vacant. We'll find out who's going to be the TNT champion, and we're going to save that discussion to end the show. So for now, let's get straight to Dynamite. A very good show. I enjoyed it, and the reason it was a very good show is because of the way it ended. That ending between Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland to me saved the show. Because the only thing I liked other than that was the Roosh and MJF stuff. Other than that, I thought the show was a little flat, but that ending was phenomenal between Will and it was good, man. Will and Swerve killed it. They killed it. Storms, what did you think about Dynamite as I show the slides?
Very good show, as I've stated. Outside of those two things with the learning tree, and then you had the squash match with Daniel Garcia, which was completely unnecessary. Last week was the only week that the learning tree gimmick with Chris Jericho actually felt funny because he was going around giving unsolicited advice. But this fucking TV time show with the fucking Minecraft tree in the background, I mean, it just doesn't come off well. Now, the match here with Dustin Rhodes and Jack Perry. Now, this was a solid match. Not anything that you're going to go back and rewatch, but it was a solid match. And Dustin Rhodes served his purpose to getting Jack Perry into the ladder match. That was very solid. And Jack Perry, he's now going to Forbidden Door. Roosh, he came out of the box hot, and he just destroyed the fucking jobber that they gave him. And the brawl with MJF was very, very good. The crowd is hot for MJF. Next week, we got MJF and Roosh commercial free. That's going to be some good shit right there. The TV time segment with Chris Jericho and Private Party, completely fucking irrelevant. Like I said, last week was the only week that the learning tree gimmick felt entertaining. Didn't need to happen, did TV time. We got Z6 and Mercedes Moné. This is my first time seeing Z6, and she's not bad. She's not bad. She's actually pretty solid. She's got some decent fluidity in the ring. It did help that she's in the ring with Mercedes Moné. This was a very good match, very good TV match for what it was. And Mercedes Moné, she's continuing her momentum going into Forbidden Door against Stephanie Vacour. And I made this prediction on the LFU last week. I think that we're going to get a 2022 FTR-like year with Mercedes. She's going to be draped in gold by the end of the year, and she's going to be in contention for Women's Wrestler of the Year. This was a solid match right here, and the match with Stephanie Vacour, that's looking good. Mercedes is going to be Mercedes 2 belts by the end of that show, and I do believe that we're going to see a lot more cross-promotional matches with CMLL now that Forbidden Door season is starting to heat up. So I'm hoping we see maybe Stephanie Vacour on Dynamite wrestling here and there. The 6-man tag team match, very, very high-octane, fun-paced, very, very, very entertaining from start to finish. If I have anything, I'm going to throw it out there. This match did not have a right to be as good as it was. Always love seeing Mark Briscoe. Kyle O'Reilly looks great. All 6 of these guys are fantastic. And much-needed win for the Don Callis family with Kyle Fletcher getting the win. That was very much needed. And if we're looking at Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe potentially down the line, I mean, you could take my money there. I am certainly going to be intrigued by that. That right there is a big-time matchup. Maybe we see that at Death Before Dishonor. Maybe it's a title-for-title match. Who knows? Rey Fenix and Will Ospreay. This was a great match. They did not go full throttle. If anything, they could have done a little bit more, but I understand that they're preserving Will Ospreay for his match against Swerve. This was a great performance by both men. Will Ospreay, he's making that title look good. And the ending with Swerve Strickland getting in Will Ospreay's face, Will Ospreay taking the championship from Swerve, and then Swerve saying, "You're lucky we're still friends, because if it were anyone else, I would have put them in the grave." I do think that Swerve and Will Ospreay could very well put on a match that potentially is on the same level as Danielson and Ospreay. So I am going to keep an eye on that match very, very closely. The only issue that I have with that match is the fact that, A, it's way too soon, and number 2, it's not even a Forbidden Door match. That's a regular AEW pay-per-view match. It's not even a Forbidden Door match. Ospreay versus Shota Umino or Swerve versus Shingo Takagi, that's a Forbidden Door match. So that's the only issue that I have with this. But regardless, this was a great main event, and it capped off a very solid show from top to bottom. Let me tell you something, Colton. I thrive in a Texas death match. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, it was a good show. I know Jay liked it.
And in case you missed it right now, Jordan Grace issued an open challenge to anyone from Stardom to AAA. We should see Tatum Paxley, and now we have the main event, ABC in the ring right now against Nick and Ryan.
Jay, after that, I was about to give you the floor to tell us about TNA, but what I wanted to say is, listen, this shirt will be on sale on WrestlingWithSavage.com. This is now a legendary shirt. This is a real shirt. This isn't like some bullshit knockoff fucking bullshit. This is a $45 Michael Jordan t-shirt that I decided to just rip into fucking pieces because of how much I love professional wrestling.
You look like Muhammad Hassan there for a minute, I swear to Christ.
I think Marty Jannetty is rubbing off on me, man.
Here come the brothers coming out here, ready for the main event.
Maybe I've been rubbing off on Marty. Jake, what's going on with Impact right now? What did Ash by Elegance have to say?
Now, Nick, Ryan.
What did this stupid bastard have to say? God damn it!
Let me tell you something. I think she fits perfectly in TNA. I do. This match I saw, it wasn't bad. I liked it.
You won her match?
I believe I'm saying it.
She won? She won her match?
Of course.
Okay.
I just can't believe I like the match.
We're about to have some tag team action, correct, right now?
We are, if they stop playing these commercials from Canada, yes.
The commercials from Canada?
It's always commercials from Canada. BullseyePro.ca, Canada.
What about advertisements from Argentina?
Nah, it's always CA. It's always Canada.
We're about to see Mr. Nick and Ryan Nemeth in action right now, taking on ABC on Impact. Obviously, we were talking about Dynamite. Takeshita is an alpha. I love that guy. I just wish he wasn't involved in that shit show fucking match. But I'll say this. Mark Briscoe is very entertaining in his match. I like what they're doing with him and that they're keeping him relevant. It's always a good time to me. He gets a big pop. I want to talk about this, though. And we'll do a round panel here. I'll start with you, Storms, because I already know what Jay's going to say. But I want to see what Jay's going to have a response to you. So I'm going to ask Storms the question, then Jay, you respond to it. Storms, do you think Hook is going to stay in AEW and be a world champion, or is he going to go to NXT? Do you like what they're doing with him and Samoa Joe? Do you think he's getting over? Do you think he's a successful talent?
Yes, Hook is a very successful talent, and this partnership with Samoa Joe is going to aid him. Samoa Joe bringing in Shibata and Hook. It's actually a partnership that I never thought that I needed. And if they want to, they could experiment with Joe and Hook as tag team champions. Or if they want to, they can experiment with Joe, Shibata, and Hook as trios champions. I would not mind if they take the championships off the Bang Bang Gang, and then we can move Jay White up into the singles championship title hunt. Now, do I think he could potentially go to NXT? Maybe. And you know what? I do believe that that's going to be a good spot for him. However, after he gets done with NXT, I don't see him succeeding on the WWE main roster because, like I've stated in the beginning of this stream, WWE, they do not put any effort into anyone other than their big stars. Everyone else is virtually irrelevant to them. So I don't know how successful Hook could be in WWE outside of NXT. I don't know if he's ever going to be an AEW world champion. I think that they could potentially experiment with him being a TNT champion or maybe an international champion, depending on if they want to put him in the Continental Classic, maybe a Continental champion. It all depends. It honestly all depends. I don't know where Hook goes. I don't know where he's going to end up. If you're asking me, Hook is probably a big question mark right now as to where he ends up, but he is versatile.
Jay, you have a response to that?
Yes, I am praying that Hook gets injured in the next thing he does. Please, Hook, injured your fucking self. Thank you.
We fire him, please.
That's it.
Jay has hatred for Hook. Hatred.
I am praying.
All right, Mercedes Moné, though. How about that, Storms? Mercedes Moné, man. To me, her match was shit on Dynamite.
I don't know what the fuck you're watching, man. It was very solid.
No. For someone that's the best in the world, and she made like 3 different mistakes. Come on now.
What you're harping on one Hurricane Rana spot. What were the other mistakes?
Three Hurricane Rana spots.
One Hurricane Rana spot. It was
it wasn't that one.
I'm trying to name them. You won't let me. The other 2 mistakes was that she showed up and that she actually put on ring gear. Those were the other fucking 2 mistakes.
You want to say what the mistake is? You're not letting me take over the show here. I'm the guy speaking the facts.
Waste of money. $5 billion. I could have taken that money and hired more superstars around the world and made them fucking all studs. Mercedes Moné's a waste of fucking money.
She did great, okay? She did solid on Dynamite. I don't know what the fuck you're watching. I think you're just still salty because Willow Nightingale lost at Double or Nothing.
She did solid. She did so solid. The bitch after her match went on live Instagram to say how solid she was.
That dance has to stop. It's a fucking disgrace. It's worse than fucking Daniel Garcia's stupid dance.
No, Daniel Garcia is amazing.
Exactly.
Dynamite was not. Daniel Garcia is awesome.
He is amazing, but Mercedes Moné, that dance has to stop. That shit is out of hand, okay? I'm not watching this shit to watch you fucking dance. You're not even a stripper. You don't have the most incredible body.
Besides, and ZU6.
And here comes the tag match.
All right, how about this fuck? Becky Lynch is better than you. Bailey's better than you. Charlotte Flair is better than you.
No, Charlotte
Charlotte Flair is the greatest female of all time. Human. I'm not talking about wrestling. She's the greatest female human to ever be born.
Who?
Charlotte Flair.
Fuck.
But she has one leg.
She's more important than Aunt Jemima.
But she has one leg.
Thank you, Jay. Finally, we agree on.
That is not true. She has 2 legs. She hasn't had it amputated just yet, okay? She's not in Marty's situation here.
Charlotte, just like your tits.
She has one leg.
Charlotte Flair is a phenomenal talent. Her match with Rhea Ripley,
20 years ago.
Her match with Ronda Rousey, like she set herself apart.
Time ago. That's like 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
Herself apart, man.
It's over.
Learning tree.
Oh God.
That was what one of two bad segments.
Yeah, like what are they? I feel bad for Big Bill right now because I want to see him wrestle. He needs to be wrestling. He needs to be wrestling.
Big Bill should be fighting in the ring, but instead he's doing happy-go-lucky shit with the learning tree.
Listen, film that. He can do that, but have a match to go with it.
If anything, you could have booked Big Bill and Brian Keith versus Private Party on Rampage, and that would have been something of substance.
I'll say this. Listen, Jericho is this close to having something magical here with Big Bill. He needs to transition into a manager role. Somebody who wrestles very part-time, only for special occasions. He can be like a Bobby Heenan right now, reincarnated with long hair, because of his knowledge and experience and background in the business. He can be a perfect guy to take Big Bill and attach all the heat that Jericho has. Attach it to Big Bill. Make the fans hate him. Make the fans want to see him get beat up. Get him over. This is an opportunity that you can take, Jericho, and to take a guy who has potential, who's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that.
Now that I do believe is a possibility. It all depends on where they place him, because it's very, very tough to find a spot for Big Bill right now when there's a lot of wrestlers who are ahead of him.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that, but that's just because of pecking order and shit. Talent-wise and pure look-wise, if we're going just by pure look and actual ability in the ring, Big Bill's probably the best big man in the company right now besides Kill Switch. Okay? Let's be honest.
Do we have the interview to show the people?
Oh, gosh. I'm not showing that thing again. I believe in my heart if Kill Switch was booked properly, he could be a world champion, but I'm not the one. I'm not the one booking him.
No, you're right. You're right. I think you are absolutely correct.
Dude, he's somebody the fucking. First of all, do you know what kids love more than anything, DJ Storms? I know you don't have a kid yet, but do you know what kids love more than anything? Little kids. Do you know what they love?
What?
Fucking dinosaurs, goddamn. His dad is a fucking walking dinosaur reincarnation of the Undertaker.
The only Kill Switch I'm gonna like is the video game, okay?
Jay, you're an Ash by Elegance fan. You have no right to speak.
Well, listen, Jay hates AEW. You hate NXT. This is gonna work out well.
Xbox, you got me sold, but
I'm obviously a WWE lifelong fucking fan. But at the same time, I have a love for professional wrestling. I don't care what companies provide.
Play the interview.
As long as
play the interview. Let's hear what Kill Switch thinks of your comment.
We're approaching an hour.
What we're talking about, Storms, is Kill Switch's response to what Savage has been saying. We want to hear what Kill Switch thinks of him being AEW World Champion. Savage, do we have the video?
Please play it. I'm curious now.
All right, you guys hold on. You guys hold on the show. I'll find the video. Hold down the show.
We're holding down the show. Trust me on that.
Hold down the fucking show. Where's the fucking video?
He's gonna find it, but I'll tell you this.
Ace Austin going on right here in the ring, being all technical right now. Not a bad match. This is pretty good.
If they do book Kill Switch right, I do think he could be a solid top guy. It all depends on where they place him. It all depends on if you can structure the show in a better light, because that's pretty much what it is. Because if I'm running a wrestling company, you know what I'm doing? I am planning out like 5 champions down the line for each championship, and I'm sticking to those plans. I'm looking forward towards a long-term vision. The problem with Tony Khan is that he's booking week to week and he's not booking long-term. But if you book long-term, Kill Switch could absolutely be a top guy over there. I mean, he's had great matches with the likes of Darby Allin. He's had great matches with the likes of Jack Perry, great matches with the likes of Swerve Strickland. So he's very good at what he does. But as of right now, I think that he's just going to remain the lackey to Christian Cage. Speaking of Christian Cage, I do believe that Christian Cage is going to be the 5th man for the Elite inside Blood and Guts. That's what I'm calling right there.
I agree with that. But I am going to say this. I mean, I feel like AEW had many, many opportunities to bring up stars. Here's a few for the first 2-3 years of the company. Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin. Who else was you talk about? You talk about Luchasaurus. I'll put Luchasaurus there, and a couple others. But and Hook. I'll put Hook there too. How about that? I'll put Wardlow as well. But when these guys are really hot, you got to take advantage. I think the problem with Hook is that we took to advantage. We got a big reaction when he first came out for his very first match on AEW, and then we used him like we always do every single week, and people got tired of it. Wardlow had a great run, bodyguard of MGF, great storyline, reminds me of Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels, great build-up. Wardlow being all-powerful, destroying MJF, and then after that, it goes to dog shit. And the same thing with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. These two should have been AEW techs long time ago. Probably the first year.
They were tag team champions, though. They were tag teams.
For the first year of the company? I don't think the first year.
No, they didn't need to be. They were tag team champions.
I think they should have been the first year in the company. They should have been tag team champions.
Sure.
I think Jungle Boy had a good run the first year. But here we go.
Here at big event in New York City. Salvatore Promotions bringing you the best in wrestling today. I'm here with Serena Deeb, who's killing it on AEW.
I'll fast forward this shit.
You look beautiful. You look fantastic.
We are about to hear the Switch response to AEW World Champion comment by Seth.
Next to Luchasaurus, who's looking at those cannolis like it's
Sponsored by Martha's
Lucha, are you looking at them like they're Adam Copeland? These are Adam Copeland cannolis. Are you going to do something about that?
You got a good one there, guys.
Nick will take care of Adam Copeland real quick.
Here it comes.
Salvatore Promotions, Martha's Country Bakery, Serena Deeb, trying the cannoli. Let me know what you think.
Martha.
Here it comes. This is where Day is right. What the fuck do I want to use the cannoli?
The best cannoli here at the best event, the big event, New York City, Savage, Salvatore Promotions. Come on down and see Luchasaurus, future AEW champion.
I love Kill Switch, man.
That's no response to your comment. That's what he fucking thinks of your fucking comments.
Where'd Jay go? Like, he just completely took him off the fucking stream.
No, that's him. He's dying over there. I don't know what he's doing.
That's what he thinks of you. That's what he thinks of your comment. Really?
Just because he thinks of it, that's not what's going to happen, though.
Did
Somebody
everyone
believes in him.
turned into
Well, the wrestler
Listen,
doesn't believe it.
listen.
I don't believe in the wrestler.
Jay, you're not wrong. But listen, Jay, you're not wrong about that at all. But I'm not wrong about wrestlers when I see them. The first time I laid odds on Kill Switch, Luchasaurus, all right, and they were Jungle Express. The first time I laid eyes on him, and I saw this big giant man choke slamming people with ease, kicking people in the face, hitting the ropes, jumping over the top ropes, hitting, punching, kicking, selling. I was like, this guy is fucking good. That's the reality.
Very good.
He's a good wrestler, Jay. The problem is you're an asshole.
Oh shit!
I'm having fun with Jay just cough laughing right now.
Oh my god!
All right, Elliot says I have to play it again. Which part, Elliot?
Oh, play it again. Just play the whole thing again. I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. I
play the
swear.
last part. The best cannoli here at the best event, the big event, New York City, Savage, Salvatore Promotions. Come on down and see Luchasaurus, future AEW champion. And I said that because Luchasaurus is the future champ, not Kill Switch. He will go back to Luchasaurus. He's not going to stay Kill Switch forever. He's eventually going to. You know what would be a great way to do it? First of all, Christian Cage, with his work, he deserves to be AEW World Champion. Right. And then Kill Switch turns into Luchasaurus, devours him, he becomes World Champion. The story's there. Are they going to pull the trigger? I don't know. I know I fucking would.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I'm looking
forward. Storms doesn't think that.
Storms. By the way, before I ramble on, shout out to Martha's Country Bakery for always supplying me with the best cannolis, cupcakes, cakes.
They got a sponsor. You got to talk to them. You got to talk to them and say, "Hey, look, I got this show. I could sponsor this shit. Let's go."
We're already sponsored. We're already sponsored by Martha's. You guys need fucking cake? You have it. What's the problem?
You want me to talk to them? There's one in the story. I know.
Jay, after some of the things you've said tonight, I don't think I want you talking to anybody.
Me or Kill Switch?
Probably both. Yeah, maybe Kill Switch too. Jay's right. Jay's right, those Storms.
Yeah, Storms are trying to do a
should have had confidence right there.
TNA was going on.
Really? Like at this point, that response, I'm not gonna lie, even to me, I'm like, damn, I guess he's just happy with where he is, what he's doing. He's complacent. And you can't be that. I guarantee you one thing, Braun Breaker is complacent.
Well, I think some wrestlers just get comfortable, man. And when you get comfortable, you don't really want to put your all because you probably think you're not going to even get far.
Now, Storms, I don't think you want to take an elbow drop from me. I don't want to give you an elbow drop, not yet, at least.
I mean, you could try.
I gave Toto with Tom an elbow drop and I broke his rib.
Speaking of which, Toto with Tom, I'm telling you, what zero talent and charisma. What the fuck are you on, Colton? Let me tell you something, motherfucker. I am the most charismatic guy that you will ever fucking come across, okay? I'm the guy that people wish that they could be, okay? You ain't
that's what Kill Switch
and trash me.
That's what Kill Switch needed to sound like right there, with confidence right there. He didn't answer with confidence, and that's why Jay just loves that fucking video. Okay?
That's his response. That's what he thought.
By the way, I am the most tastiest snack in the IWC. Everybody wants a piece of the fucking Stormsmeister. Just saying. And yes, James Ponseca, he's got all the fucking merch. The comb, the shirt, and the wristband.
Well, James, since you have some of his merch, why don't you go over to my store, WrestlingWithSavage.com. I'm going to put a link for Storm stuff there too as well. I'll hook him up. Why not? Send some of my fans over to him. But I got merch for all kinds of brands. Wrestling with Savage, SNS, Party with Marty. And every Tuesday night we do the weekly update, WWE. Tuesday nights we do AEW. And then every Thursday night, the Savage Storm Wrestling Super Show, all coming to you live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, week after week. Tonight, immediately following this show at 10 o'clock, go on over to the Party with Marty podcast and watch Marty versus Tanaka Round 2 live from a bar in North Dakota. And yes, there are many females who join the stream for this episode. I got to hang out with Rhino last week. Very cool dude. Got some merch, got some interviews. Always a class act, man. And by the way, you see that chair right there, Storms?
Yeah.
I'm going to get that chair because I'm meeting Paul Heyman November 9th, okay? Not only am I meeting Paul Heyman, the truth of the matter is Paul Heyman is meeting Savage. God damn it.
He's practicing.
I saw Paul Heyman once in my life, and it was at Madison Square Garden, and I was about 19 years old, going up the escalators, and they have those private doors with the glass window that are all locked. You can't get in them. You got to keep going the escalator to get access to the main floor. I didn't keep going up the escalator. I stopped and I looked through the window because I saw a beast without a tattoo on his back, and that beast was Brock Lesnar before he had the tattoo. And Paul Heyman was counseling him, talking to him, and I was looking at it. And I'm like, God damn, am I looking at the next big thing before I knew he was the next big thing? And yes, I fucking was. Later that night, he came up for a dark match. And I told my friend, you see that guy right there? That is the guy. That is the guy. Give 6 months. He's going to be fucking running this place. And he was. So I'm excited to meet Paul Heyman. I'm excited for Paul Heyman to meet me. And I can't wait to get him to sign that chair that's signed by literally every ECW fucking superstar that matters.
Can't wait. Rhino as well. Rhino's fucking awesome.
Rhino is awesome. Very good dude. Very good dude. But you know who else is awesome? The Wrestling Universe. Check them out. WrestlingUniverse.com. Best store in the world today to meet professional wrestlers. I'm not going to say the names, but obviously you can see they do not play games. Wrestler after wrestler, appearance after appearance, all year long. All the big superstars are coming down to the Wrestling Universe. July is going to be a sick month. Booker T, are you kidding me? I'm picking Booker T up from the airport, Storms. I can't fucking wait to talk to him about some NXT and what they need. Because what they need is a Savage and a Slade.
They need DJ Storms. That's what they need.
You got to pick Vince Russo up from the airport. Pick him up.
On our first show, didn't you say you didn't want to work for them?
Pick him up.
Hold on, we got to backtrack. Storms, on our first episode, didn't you say you don't want to work for WWE?
No, I don't. I'm just saying, like, if they were smart enough, they would go out and hire me, but I would decline them.
Wow. Would you though? Would you?
Yeah, I would. I'm telling you right now. If
Triple H,
H,
hold on. Triple H shows up to your house with a limo, right? Says, get in. You're not getting in.
I'll ask him, well, where are we going? Where the hell are we going?
You're not just gonna get in. You're gonna ask
I'm
questions.
asking, where the hell are we going? What are we doing here?
The disrespect to Paul Levesque, I'll never respect it. I can't believe it. But you can meet Brie and Nikki Garcia.
Down myself.
Elijah, Tony, look at all these guys. Anyway, WrestlingUniverse.com. Go check them out. Go follow DJ Storms on all his platforms. I have his link on the bottom of my YouTube page. I'm going to start adding more links. I want to send me an Instagram, all your links.
That's getting crazy.
For your merch, to any socials you want to share, just so I can make sure I can get them across to everybody in the Savage Kingdom so they can follow you with ease.
Working on the Armor Bay.
Yeah, Jay, right now, what's going on with TNA, man?
Nick Nemeth working on the Armor Bay right here. Now tagged to his brother Ryan. Warming up for their match tomorrow night for the tag team titles.
Yeah, it's crazy. Tomorrow night we have SmackDown and we have Against All Odds.
I think I might watch Against All Odds.
There's some more looks at the end of Dynamite right there. Very good ending. Loved it. Here's some looks at upcoming Collision. You have Christian Cage Father's Day special.
Weekend special.
Lee Moriarty taking on Dante Martin. Deonna Purrazzo taking on Thunder Rosa. The House of Black returns. I might even watch for that. My boy MJF killing it right now on AEW. He's back. The highest paid wrestler in the fucking world today. Even get paid more than Cody Rhodes. So good for you, MJF. Make your motherfucking money. Roosh, make your fucking name. Get over. You're a star. I love you. But now it's my favorite time of the show. It's time for Mariah May appreciation. And just sit back and just appreciate the beauty, the power, the grace. The next biggest female superstar in AEW, Mariah May. My God. Storms, this shit is all good shit. Like, everything that they're doing with Tony Storms is 10 out of 10 on a Dave Meltzer scale. 10 out of 10. Do you agree?
I don't know, man. I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards Mina Shirakawa. I want me some Mina.
I'm okay with that, man. You like the Asian? I understand it. I get it. Look at her. Is this a video of her dancing? How can you not? How can you not?
You know what I say to that? I say yeet to that.
I'm sure Jey Uso wouldn't mind losing his wife for Mariah May, but we'll find out. I'm such a branch on the learning tree. And also, Jericho has a new shirt out right now. It was available 15 minutes after he showed it to the fans on Dynamite.
Austin with a bulldog.
Forbidden Door. Predictions. Go ahead, Storms. What you got? Just give me the winner.
I'm going to give it to Zack Sabre Jr. here. I'm going to give it to
spinning kick.
He's going to be world champion again. Tony Storm will still be AEW Women's World Champion. Mercedes Moné is going to be a double champion, and she continues to prove that she's one of the best in the world. What else we got? I got Swerve Strickland taking it. And Tony Khan and Orange Cassidy, they've been promoting AEW. You got to love Orange Cassidy doing the media.
Orange Cassidy should be fucking fired for putting his feet on that desk. The disrespect.
This is what he does. This is what he fucking does.
I can't believe I paid money for a fucking Orange Cassidy autograph. I'll never do it again.
God. Talk about salty.
Follow the money.
Buster, we're going to go 1, 2.
And by the way, Storms, I never even saw the fucking QR code. Did you see the QR code on Dynamite?
Yeah, that was during the picture-in-picture break. During the
Did you hear about Kevin Nash bitching about all the commercials? He's sick of it. He's sick of all the commercials on AEW.
He should be complaining about the ones on Raw, too, because they do the same shit.
And by the way, the WCW episode, too.
Yeah, but Raw doesn't do it, like, all the time in the middle of matches. Like,
they do. Yes, they do.
Not as much as AEW. AEW goes to picture-in-picture all
long.
You know why else Raw doesn't do it in the middle of matches? Because their matches are only
the cutter by Dave.
No. Here's a good investment, guys. Only 200 made. Available already. There's only a few left. All right, AEW Bible Brawlers Prince Nana edition.
All men are down in the ring. All men are down in the ring.
Savage is filming some commercials with Prince Nana later in the month. TNA for his coffee. He has a new coffee, and Nana hit up Savage because he likes the way Savage edits and does some stuff. And he says, "I want you drinking my coffee. I want you drinking my coffee." I want 3 commercials, edited, directed, produced.
I would like to be
featuring Prince Nana. Now,
I would like to be an extra in the commercial.
Jay's going to be in one of the commercials. Storms,
I want to be an extra.
Be in one of the commercials.
Guy drinking coffee.
I would like to be in one of the commercials because you know what? I swerve when I drive.
I'll let you know. You're going to have to drive to New York, all right? There will be no limo coming to get you, and there's definitely no money to be made. But you could be in a commercial that's going to be blasting on Nana's Instagram and social.
We go with the roll up.
I don't know. He's just the manager of the AEW World fucking Champion.
Here comes a roll up by Ace Austin.
By the way, I talked to him. I don't know when, but he's going to make an appearance on this show this year at some time. And he said to me he's going to try to do it.
What a match going on
for a few minutes on Wednesday night, like literally before he comes to the ring. So he'll be on Wrestling with Savage for a few seconds, talking, saying whatever, as he's getting ready to go to the ring. I told him that's what I want for my show.
Yeah, that's some good shit.
I mean, you can't really ask for more than that. We're still watching Impact.
Suicide dot on the outside.
Shit, what's going on?
It is. Zigzag by Nick. That's it. It's over. 1, 2, 3, and Nick and Ryan Nemeth win.
And the match is over. All right.
They are ready for their tag team title match tomorrow night against All Odds.
Elliot has a question for you, Storms, before we wrap it up. He wants to know why Swerve over Ospreay.
What a match.
Why Swerve over Ospreay? Because Swerve has not had enough time with the World Championship, and Ospreay is super, super hot right now that he could take a loss and he'll be just fine. I'm a big guy for long championship title reigns where you give the individual at hand great opponents, makes them look good in defeat, and makes the champion look good in the process. That is why Swerve holding the championship for 2 months is not enough. He needs to hold the championship for at least 100 to 150 days. That right there is the solid amount of time for a championship title reign.
That's Nick Thomason, and he wants me to put, I guess, ice in my underwear so I can freeze my butt. I don't know why, but sure, why not? I'll give it a shot. DJ Storm's grandma is about to take away his iPad. I don't think so.
Let me tell you something, Colton. If you had half the fucking talent that I had, then you wouldn't be such an insecure fucking pussy right now, okay? Just letting you know.
Unbelievable.
I smell the
language. The language, gentlemen. The language. All right, so this was a good show. Episode number 2 officially wrapped. The party with Marty starting right now. We gave you TNA Impact. Jay covered it. We talked AEW. We talked WWE. We talked TNA. We talked
all night TNA.
It's all good shit. All right. We'll be back next week. Storms, you got anything you want to promote or drop?
Yeah, follow me on social media at HistoryMaker DJS, both on X and Instagram. Like the official DJ Storms business page on Facebook. Check me out on Rumble. Check me out on YouTube. DJ Storms, you can't miss me. I got the logo right down at the bottom right there. Jay, thank you very much for coming on. Always a pleasure. Savage, thank you very much for coming on. And thank you very much for inviting me. Always a pleasure. And my God, did I get some laughs on the show. Probably the best collaboration I've done all year. We got shirt ripping. We got Luchasaurus not even knowing what the fuck Savage is saying. We got Jay losing his shit over TNA and laughing his ass off over Luchasaurus. It is a great show. Left, right, and center. Great shit from top to bottom. Thank you very much to the both of you. And you already know we run the fucking IWC now because this right here is the greatest podcast, show, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that you will ever watch or listen to on a Thursday evening.
That is correct. Jay, you got anything you want to shut up before we get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, you can follow me on IG all over JJY, get it right 2 Ys, and let me know what y'all think of the show. Hit like and subscribe. You know what it is. DJ Storm is always a pleasure. Savage is always a pleasure. This is what we do each and every Thursday, episode 2. We cover a lot of wrestlers. We give you our opinions. You may like it, you may not. You may call me controversial, but who gives a shit? You're still going to watch.
He's not lying. You are still going to watch, and I'm still going to fucking...
Come on, Savage. You can do it.
It's so strong now.
I don't think you can rip it anymore.
It's so strong now.
Yeah, now it's strong.
That's embarrassing. You can't rip it.
That just goes to show you how much I put into this show, man. I literally pour my heart and soul into this show, and we'll be back every week next week Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the greatest fucking wrestling podcast of all time. Wrestling with Savage, DJ Storms, the Super Savage Wrestling Show. We'll see you guys next week. Everybody have a good fucking night. Be safe and don't be average. Be fucking savage. Sad.
Yes, let me hear it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. Our last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.